Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for this huge extravaganza of a day and to see just how vital somatics is and is becoming. So, yes, as I am Patricia Bardi. I'm director of the Voice Movement Integration program. And today in this time, I'm going to put on my timer so I don't go over. Okay, so that's on. I will share with you one of the foundational practices because the work that I'm doing with people, the approach is to really bring the voice into a felt experience, and that the relationship, the interconnectivity between the voice and the movement is giving a very vital dialogue, and that allows the nervous system, the organs, the whole structure of the body to begin to have more detail. And I'm taking you away from the functional breath of the breathing into what I'm calling whole body breathing. And we are using the flow of movement, and we're allowing that the responsiveness of the breath is what we're moving towards through our movement. And it doesn't matter how good it sounds, it's more about the feeling sense of allowing that sound is conducted through an acoustical space, so we hear it in the space we are in, but sound is also conducted through fluidity. So this gives us an access to resonance in the body that's alive, present, living, and helping to enhance how we perceive living in our body. So let us have a fun with this. I'll stay here. And I see this little dialogue box, and I don't know why it needs to be there. Cancel. That's better. Okay, so we're going to start. And I want to just take us through some slow movements so we can begin to invite a sense of the breath. And that breath being now a circulation that's being guided by movement flow, but also that the movement flow is giving more support to build in what I'm calling whole body breathing. So really what we're looking at is circulation. So just to begin, you take a moment and your feet are as big as the floor. And just take a moment to do nothing, but allow your own sense of weight distribution from the feet and the legs coming down, and from the, like a small balloon in the belly. So we're helping that it doesn't matter how big or long the breath is, but that it has a location that allows, like a small balloon, to begin to fill and empty lightly between the navel and the pubic bone. And just to notice that we don't have to take a big breath. We just have to allow the location from the pelvic floor to the roof of the mouth, inside of the mouth, that the spine is able to feel that it can move with the beginning of allowing the inhale and exhale. So wait as you allow the feet to touch and the shift from the pelvic floor. And as we do this, a little bit of rhythm is going to come in. And you're letting your hand now be near the lower rib cage. So you allow the weight and the breath to elongate through the leg. And then the foot and the roof of the mouth, inside of the mouth, are shifting in space. So right away, you are letting weight distribution of the breath and spatial direction through the spine and through the mouth. And just set up your own rhythm. You don't have to do my rhythm. And you want to see now, we're still only doing the breathing, so try not to breathe through the mouth to begin, but of course, when we bring in sound, that's going to change. But it will change because you're allowing the adapting of your breathing through inviting this whole body breathing to arrive. So we're just shifting, and I'm leaving the hand here at the, right, the small balloon in the lower belly, and also to allow the whole width of the thoracic diaphragm and directional flow of mouth and ear. So we'll do this a few more times and find a rhythm for yourself. You can even do a small flexion to an elongation from foot to the roof and top, roof of the mouth and the top of the head. So we're already setting up a directional lightness and a feeling that you're letting the inhale and exhale move through the body and not try to synchronize the movement with the breath, but allow an inviting an interaction. So they're not keeping the timing in a regulated way, but more responsive. A few more times, just to get the body used to weight distribution and directional flow down and up. Exhale to inhale. And you can, for a moment, just let the lightness of the foot, and you're going to add letting the arm elongate. And what's really important is to let the tracking of the eyes and the small rotation of mouth, ears to follow that exhale to the inhale. And you see right past the hand, the exhale comes down through the lower pelvis, but then it elongates down and up. A few more times, across, shifting in the pelvis, across, elongation down and up. And the eyes tracking are giving you a directional flow through the body that you can feel. A few more times. Exhale to inhale. Let it overlap. Take your time. A few more. And this is just to get that feeling that you can let the shift of the lower pelvis and the rotation of the mouth and the ears, both are being felt through the flow of the spine. Two more. Inhale to exhale. Here, and then coming back. Just take a moment. I call this stillness and extension. What it means is you try not to correct in the body, but just come to an arrived state. And as we move into what we're doing, you're going to find that what happens with the breath and the sound is it stays present, even in the stillness. So here, we're going to circulate. Circulate from exhale to inhale, again in your own timing, but elongating down, rotating. And I've got my hands in a loving self-touch along the navel. So there's an elongation from the lower body, and there's an elongation up into the space guided by the roof of the mouth and the top of the head, the crown. And then let it animate it a little bit. Phew. Phew. Put a little breath sound in. Phew. Now, as you do that, try and not press on the vocal cords, but let the energy inside the mouth. shoo, 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 shoo. Two more. We're going to go in the other direction, right? So we circulate the other way and just first, right, let the foot elongate. So there's a feeling of letting the periphery also receive the breath, this breath flow. And it's circulating around the navel and the central tendon and letting this inner volume feel that the weight distribution and the elongation through the leg, but also through the mouth. Shoo, shoo. And just even though it's just an extended breath sound, shoo. Give time that you let yourself feel that you keep inhaling through the movement. So try not to cut off, right? Don't try it. So you exhale, and even in the inhale, right? You keep the flow of the movement. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo. So as you do it, right, there's a resonance in the space of the mouth. So it's not pushing on the vocal cords. Shoo, shoo, shoo. There's a shaping in the mouth. Shoo, shoo, and then we go opposite again. Shoo. Okay, so we do a few of the motions and then add the sound. Shoo. I'm using the low pelvis and circulating right up to the central tendon, but the mouth and the top of the head, they are moving in space. Shoo, shoo, and then the other way. Shoo, shoo. Leave time for the inhale. Shoo, shoo, and it's moving. This inhale's moving through the body. Shoo, shoo. Do it in your own timing. One more time, the other way. Shoo, 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 shoo. Take a moment. I call this stillness and extension. And I want you to notice, even in that simple movement, the heart pulsation has changed. And the feeling is that there's still presence of that resonance in the body. And just receive that. Just receive that. For a moment, it's still alive, even in the stillness. Try not to make any adjustments. Okay. And then here, here's another, right? So here we're going, activating the periphery, but we're bringing the whole core of the inner volume from low pelvis, again, roof of the mouth, and there's a buoyancy. There's a buoyancy, and exhale to inhale, but let it overlap. Shoo, shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, shoo. That was, okay. 2 more moments. Shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, 2 more. Shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, just the sound, but keep the buoyancy in the body. Shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, let it extend through the arms. We're almost finished. Shoo, hooey, shoo, and let the eyes see the sound in the space. Shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, shoo, hooey, shoo, ooh-ay, softly, ooh-ay, ooh-ay. Take a moment. I think it's over.
Yes. Thank you so much, Patricia.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. All too brief, but
Yeah, really. Anyway.
beautiful nonetheless. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
And